Welcome to Evening of Empowerment, the podcast for out-of-school time professionals, educators, and leaders who are passionate about growth, impact, and innovation in education. I'm your host, Richmond Brown, and the founder of Enrich by Richmond, where we're dedicated to inspiring leaders, elevating program quality, and creating enriching experiences for students and staff. Welcome back to another episode of Evenings of Empowerment, where we fuel your passion, ignite your leadership, and tonight, taking a moment to remind you of the power you hold. I'm your host, Richmond Brown. Amplify your influence, and most of all, create a lasting impact. The power of collaboration and networking. If you're looking to elevate your leadership, expand your reach, and build something bigger than yourself, know this. No one achieves greatness alone. Every successful moment, every groundbreaking idea, every revolution of change has been fueled by people working together, building off one another's strength and truly supporting a shared vision. Tonight, we are going beyond the surface of networking and collaboration. We're talking about the intentionality behind it, the ability to not just connect, but create. To not just lead for today, but to plant seeds that will bear fruits for generations to come. So let's talk about the power of connection. Think about the most successful people you admire, the game changers, the visionaries, those innovators. They didn't rise to the top in isolation. They aligned themselves with mentors who poured into them. They poured wisdom and the peers that truly sharpened their skills, and partners who helped turn their ideas into reality. Remember, iron sharpens iron. I think of those who I've aligned myself with and how their words have encouraged and lift me up beyond what I'm currently standing. And their motivation and what they do help fuel the fires inside to continue to inspire one another to reach new heights. Those are the kinds of people that you want to align yourself with. Those are the kind of people you want to connect yourself with. They will not just listen to your vision. Like I said, they will support them in making them a reality. Those are the kind of people who truly understand that true success isn't about what you know, but who you grow alongside. Let me be clear. Networking is not about just collecting contacts. It's about cultivating true relationships that will bring value, purpose, and opportunity. It's about finding the people who challenge you, the people who inspire you, and the people who remind you of why when the road gets tough. So ask yourself, who is your network? Who are you learning from? Who are you supporting? And who are you investing in? And perhaps more importantly, who is speaking your names in the rooms you haven't even stepped in yet? Because real networking isn't about what you can get. It's about how you show up for others. The more we uplift, celebrate, and invest in the success of those around us, the more doors open for us in return. I will tell you, just someone who has had the honor to lead people for many years, I always speak those who I serve alongside, their names and spaces in the rooms that they may not be in just yet, because I want to remind them that I am going to set them up, and I do care for when the time comes, they are prepared. I believe I heard a great quote today that I shared with a coworker of mine because we're getting ready for a huge SC meeting, which are my favorite things that I enjoy doing at work sometimes. But I shared this powerful quote because we're talking about, just being prepared. And the quote was, "It's better to be prepared for an opportunity than to have an opportunity come up and not be prepared." And with that, I just say again, prepare those who you lead for those opportunities. So when those opportunities do come, they're ready. Now, let's talk about the strength in collaboration. There's a quote that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I want to take that a step further and say, if you want to build something that lasts, something that outlives you, something that transforms community, you must collaborate. Collaboration is the heartbeat of innovation. It's the fuel behind movements that change the world. Think about the greatest organizations, the most influential leaders, the strongest communities. They thrive not because of one person's vision. It's because the collective, many people understanding the collective power of many. And here's the truth. Collaboration requires trust. It requires letting go of ego. It requires understanding that leadership isn't about just being the smartest person in the room, but about building the smartest room possible. I'm going to say that one more time. First, let go of your ego. I remember watching the We Are the World movie that they had on Netflix when they brought all the singers together. And on the door, above the door, there was a sign that said, check your ego. Because there was so many amazing singers in there. Again, collaboration really requires, again, the trust, and it requires letting go of that ego first. And then it requires understanding that leadership is not about being the smartest person in the room, but about building the smartest room possible. So, as leaders, I'm going to say and ask you this question. Are you bringing people in who challenges your thinking? Are you inviting fresh perspectives? And are you allowing space for others to contribute and to lead and to truly grow? Because when you collaborate with intention, when you see others as allies instead of competition, you create something bigger than what you could ever done alone. So, with that, I'll say, are you speaking names in rooms of people who have not entered them yet? This right here is what separates good leaders from great ones. The ability to not just shine in your own rights, but to light the way for others. The ability to see the potential in someone and make sure that the world sees it too. How many times have you worked with someone who had incredible talent, drive, and passion, yet they remained unseen, unheard, and unnoticed? Now imagine if someone just simply spoke their name in a room, or better yet, spoke their name in the right room. How different could their story have been? As leaders, our job is not just to climb the ladder, but to hold it steady for the next person. I've always said any job that I had, any position that was created for me, I always wanted to make sure that I did the best that I could to also ensure that anybody who came up after me, they were set, they were prepared, and again, I was there to still ensure that the ladder was held steadied for them. So I say our responsibility is to ensure that the doors we walk through don't close behind us, but instead they remain open for those who follow. So here's a challenge. Who in your network needs that spotlight? Who has the skill set, a vision, and a drive that deserves the recognition? Who can be the person you recommend, advocate for, and uplift? Your legacy will not just be in what you achieve, but in who you empower along the way. I'm going to say that one more time. Your legacy will not just be what you achieve, but in who you empower along the way. I say that knowing Again, being in leadership for many years, just recently I had a former employee reach out, and it was their birthday, and I, shared a happy birthday on social media. And their response was not just thank you, but I miss working for you. And my response was, I miss working with you as well. And for me to know that, again, it's been almost 6 or 7 years that this individual worked with me within my program, that they still feel that impact and they miss the leadership. So again, think about the legacy that you leave. Ensure that you are truly empowering people along the way. And that, I would say, marks a true leader. A true leader is not how many doors they walk through, but how many they hold open for others. So I challenge you to truly start speaking names of those who you serve with in rooms that they may not have the privilege to be in just yet. So again, that you can continue to open those doors for them, as some of us know those doors have been opened for us. So continue to take those opportunities to highlight those who you serve along. In that, I say, I want to continue to have this conversation, and I want to let you know that this is truly just the beginning of this conversation. At the Boost Conference, we will be taking this even further. I'll be hosting a live podcast session where I'll be able to dive deeper into strategies, mindsets, and actions that create strong network, drive meaningful collaboration, and truly empower leaders to build lasting impact. With that being said, that podcast will be titled Boosting Connections, and that will be taking place again at the Boost Live Podcast Lounge on Tuesday, April 29th at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. I invite you to attend if you'll be at the conference May 29th through May 2nd in Palm Springs, again, the Boost Conference. But here's what I need from you between now and then. Don't just listen to this episode and move on. Take action. Reach out to someone in your network and start a conversation. Identify a person you can uplift and advocate for. Find a way to collaborate, to innovate, and to build together. Because when we choose connection over competition, when we commit to collaboration over isolation, when we delegate ourselves to speaking names, creating opportunities, and lifting as we climb, we don't just lead, we empower. One thing I love about the work that I've done for many years in expanded learning is always being able to work in a space where we remove the barriers, we create opportunities, and we create access for not just students, but also for the adults who serve them. So I want to just say thank you for tuning in to Evenings of Empowerment with Richmond here. And until next time, keep leading, keep building, and most importantly, keep empowering.